Hi everyone. Today I kind of wanted to talk about gravity. There's so many other topics I want to get to, but we have to kind of cover the bases first. Um, but this one should be pretty simple. I kind of explained to you guys, that you're the you're the sun. Everyone orbits around you. Kind of explain that sort of thing. So I want to give an example here. So this is gravity, right? They attract to each other. It's something pulling. So you can infer there's certain waves, right? We can't see that wave though, but we named it gravity, okay? Now, what happens when I put it to the opposite charge? Now it starts opposing one another. It doesn't want to get close to each other. See, no matter how hard I push them together, it's not working, right? Okay. Now that you can understand that, let's talk about the planets and the gravitational pull that they have towards us, okay? So you can infer from that there's negative and positive signs correlated with the planets, okay? So we know on like the quote unquote good side, they'll attract to each other, but the bad side opposes them. Okay? And now infer this with the planets you have in your chart. Pisces rules over some Mercury and rules over some Neptune, this and that, right? But then there's always that positive and negative side to every planet. So each planet has 2, maybe 3 planets assigned to them. So like Mars, that's Scorpio, and it's Taurus. And with that being said, one's looked at as like the negative side or the dark side, and one's the good side. Okay? And now that's what I'm trying to explain that to you so you guys understand that not all pulls are good pulls. Okay? Sometimes you're being pushed away from that thing or you're being pulled towards that thing. And you guys can infer this into your daily lives as well. You know that when you go out walking on the street or something, someone might have some sort of pull that draws you to them. Maybe they're attractive, maybe you like their shoes or what they're wearing, they have a cool hairdo. There's these appearances that kind of draw you in, but everyone has their own sort of gravitational pull, right? And now how does that work within us? So imagine an orb inside you, okay? And when that orb is expanding, it's going like this, so it's going, and you're creating, that's what an aura is. You can assign colors and stuff to that, but ultimately those colors won't really matter in the yin realm. They're just kind of a here kind of thing. So when you're condensing, then it's going in, so it's, right? It's contracting in. And what does that mean? So let's say you're real happy, you're going about your day, and then all of a sudden someone argues with you about something stupid, and you start to think about that thing. What happens? So now you're no longer open. You were shaken in some way, and your pull's off, right? So you go into yourself. And when you go into yourself, you hold all of the knowledge that you had before. But maybe you held on to one thing very deeply. And that's what I'm saying. It's like it could be a very negative thing because you hold on to something very minuscule that can be resolved. Or maybe it can't be resolved. Maybe it's something very hard for you. But it's not resolved, so it's stuck in. You see, and people are walking around like that all day long. And that means they're not receiving anything. They got this ego or this front up. They got, they're sucked in. So they're considered dark or more dim. Okay? And that's kind of everything. That's how it's looked at in the yin realm. There's only expansion and contraction. There's no forward or backward or good or bad. It's just kind of all expansion and contraction. You expand in something, and then maybe it was too much, maybe you're done expanding in that area, so you contract, you see. Or like, let's say you're here, you go out, you do this thing, you expand here, but then when you're trying to expand over here, it contracts a little bit. You see, so that's why you kind of lose some of your skills, or, you know, something that you don't do every day anymore. You kind of lose that, and that's because you're contracting away from it in a way. And, you know, that can be looked at as that's exactly what chakras are. So, you know, we all know that there's a chakra for your feet, you know, there's one for your root, your genitals, you know, your heart, your head. These are all like different chakras, and there's different subcategories to that. And they're all giving off a different sort of gravitational wave or pull or whatever, so to speak. They're all orbs. Everything's like a circle or a compass. But so now let's say one of those, these are, let's just say the main ones, the head, the heart, the genitals, and the feet, right? Just the main ones. And let's say one of those detaches from your pull or is cut off. So now it's being pushed away, right? You're denying it in some way. So it's cut off. But people put all these videos online saying, you know, how to open your third eye chakra or how to, you know, heal these things. But like, they're always open all the time. The second you get in your space and your comfortability, then it's open. And it's a matter of how bright that thing's shining. How much pull does it have? You see, so some people are more, you know, intuitively inclined in a way, but that's just because they have more awareness in that way. So they've expanded farther into that thing. You see, so some people are more headstrong, and they're, you know, more, they can handle more mental capacities and such. That's just because they built up their crown chakra more. And that's kind of what I want you guys to start understanding. Like, you know, you can't see gravity, but you believe in it. So why can't you believe in this other shit? You know, the science leads you to the door, but then you're not opening it. You're not turning the key. You're denying an entire aspect of science. You see, we put this bullshit name of gravity upon it as well. It doesn't have to be named gravity. It could be named anything. That goes along with all your formulas. It goes along with all these theories. You see, that's just one name for them. But we know something happened. We know, you know, we can do tests upon these things. And you guys get lost in this wording when you could just go out and do everyday science all the time. You know how to direct water. You know how to create fire. You know, all these things. And that's magic. That's what magic is. That's alchemy in a way. And, you know, like, this is a very simple topic of gravity, but it has so much meaning to it. What are you letting being drawn into? You know, who's around you? Are there planets kind of opposing you? Or is there energies off and then you don't resonate with those energies, but you're still sucking them in? You see? And then you're feeding yourself with that. That's what happens. You consume something and then you exert something. And if what you're consuming is negative, then what you're exerting is negative too. You see? So I hope you guys can kind of understand that topic. I hope the mic's better. Let me know what you guys think. Is it too loud? You know. Next, I think I'm going to do kind of aliens, because there's also a bunch of mysticism around it, and it's very simple. It's just the way we look at it, you know, the way we perceive. You see. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.